Welcome to the Restaurant Show. I'm Justin Riley, your host, and I hope you stay with us today because we've got a fantastic show with some great local food. We're going to be joined by the Cheese Factory Restaurant. They're an all-vegan restaurant up in the Dells. They always bring a terrific spread of food. Also, we'll have a little bit of a blast from the past. The Red Zone is going to be joining us. Jessa will host that segment. And Gooseberry on the Square is going to show us their bacon brittle. I can't wait. It's all coming up right here in the Restaurant Show where we stop by the best restaurants in town so you can skip the rest and enjoy the best. We'll tell you where to go right here on the Restaurant Show. Welcome back to the Restaurant Show. Vegan never tasted so good, and we are here to find out exactly why. We're joined now by Sage and Lily from the Cheese Factory Restaurant. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Good to be here.
I need not say that this is such an impressive spread that you always bring, but what are we going to be making today?
So today we're making a really simple but very, very tasty recipe that we call our chipotle black beans. And so we'll get right into it.
All right, excellent. Excellent.
We're going to prepare the beans by heating up some vegetable oil.
Sure.
And then adding our onions.
Okay, cool.
We're going to sweat the onions out with a little bit of garlic.
Awesome.
And then Lily's going to add the rest of the vegetables
Sure.
and the beans as we go along.
Okay. And, you know, I think it's important for viewers because there's probably a lot of people who are seeing your segment for the first time. So talk to us a little bit about how a vegan restaurant gets a name like Cheese Factory.
We get asked that question a lot because it seems so unlikely.
Yeah.
The fact is that in the 1940s, the building that we're in now used to be a cheese market, Wisconsin's largest retail cheese market. And so when we opened our vegetarian restaurant over 25 years ago in that location, we decided to keep the name Cheese Factory. Mm-hmm. And then several years ago when we switched to a vegan menu, we changed the S in cheese to a Z.
Yeah.
And there you go.
There you go.
The Cheese
So you wanted
Factory.
to keep the name, but let people know that it wasn't really real cheese there.
Yes.
So, well, that's cool. And then you've got some dishes that you brought that all utilize the chipotle black bean recipe. So can you talk to us a little bit about what you brought here?
So while Lily is getting the beans processed, we're going to show you with this one recipe, which, by the way, is in our cookbook right here.
Awesome.
What was happening was a lot of our customers would ask for our recipes when they would come in and taste the food. So we finally just put together a small cookbook with 24 of the most popular requests. And the black bean, the chipotle black beans, are used in a number of different ways here. The first one here is our fajita, which contains the black beans, rice, sweet potatoes, chorizo sausage, garnished with fresh avocado, sour cream, and salsa. And then the second dish that we have here is what we call our rattlesnake tofu.
Rattlesnake, I'm guessing that has to do with the look of how that looks.
Yeah, we used to have a cook whose name is Theo. Hi, Theo. Years ago, who had a kind of quirky sense of humor, and he thought that the tofu looked a little rattlesnake-ish.
Okay.
And so we said, okay, great, let's just call it rattlesnake tofu. And
It's
been rattlesnake tofu
sticks,
for 25 years.
Yeah.
And we have a little black beans we serve with that and our house salsa.
Awesome.
And then we also have here what we call a black bean taco, which is also filled with sweet potatoes, grilled veggies, cheese, and that's served with corn tortilla chips and our house salsa.
Okay, very good. Very
good. We're also going to show you how you can build a what do you call this again?
Nachos?
Nachos.
Chipotle black bean nachos.
So many things to remember.
How long does this typically take to cook? I mean, is it done now?
Well, it's not fully cooked. You'd have to simmer it for a good 20 minutes to half an hour.
But we get the idea.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to do a little black beans on this, a little more we can do. And then what we would do here is, yeah, that's good. And then we do a layer of salsa.
Oh, okay.
Over this.
And you make this salsa?
Yes, we do everything. 90% of our food is homemade from scratch. We do use some, here's a little salsa, some store-bought items, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Then, like for example, this is our grated cheese, which obviously
cheese with
is
a Z.
Plant-based cheese, yes. It's made from pea protein and coconut oil, but it's very tasty.
Yeah.
And then we'll do a little jalapeno business on top here.
That's some serious nacho business right
You
there.
bet.
I mean, that's
And
not any, I mean...
Top it off with some sour cream, vegan, of course.
Yes, but that's a serious, you know, I'm curious to know, I mean, how do non-vegans react? We've talked about this a little bit, but how do non-vegans react when they find out that they're eating vegan?
Well, you know, we've had a lot of different reactions. Every now and then you get some people are very upset about the fact that, you know, they didn't know we were vegan, but for the most part.
We've been duped.
Yeah, exactly. It's true. But for the most part, once they decide to give it a chance and taste the food, they just love it. Because it's really tasty, I have to say, even if I do say so.
And is it true that you've had customers in the past that didn't believe that they were eating vegan?
We have a story about this gentleman who we had an appetizer that we were doing a special of that day with using an oyster mushroom that we grilled with garlic and olive oil. And one of the servers came back to the kitchen and said, this guy doesn't believe he's not eating meat. Could you please go out and talk to him? So I literally had to bring an oyster mushroom out on a plate raw and show him that he was actually eating a mushroom.
Wow.
So yeah, we get all kinds of great stories.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
and some of our popular dishes. You can ask Lily; she knows.
Yeah. What are some of the more popular dishes?
It's
that you
great.
guys have?
We have a special. While it's called the Lederhosen.
The Lederhosen. I love it.
It's a comfort food. It's really, really good. It has mashed potatoes, onion, and sauerkraut with a dog, like a Frank Wiener, like cut up
Sausage,
in it, but big chunks.
Yeah.
And our honey mustard sauce, which is so good, out of this world good. And it's just, you want to just dig in and just feel at home.
Okay.
And
Comfort
another one,
food.
another one is the pancakes.
Okay.
Which I have to say, I hated American pancakes. I'm not American. I didn't like them. These I love.
Those you love.
So yeah.
Well, I'm excited to get to the good stuff here because you brought some of your banana crunch cake and you wanted me to try some of it.
That's right, right.
I'm going to take a little bit of a bite or a large bite of this.
We have our in-house bakery, which of course it's all plant-based, it's all vegan. We make everything from scratch.
It doesn't taste like that though.
I know. A lot of customers come in just for dessert.
That's incredible.
Because
you wouldn't miss anything.
Being able to find a really delicious vegan dessert is not easy.
Cookbook available on your website or in your restaurant?
Yes, cookbook available on Amazon and at the restaurant.
Excellent. Sage and Lily, thank you so much
It's
for
a
joining
pleasure.
us today. Vegan never tasted so good. Head on up to the Cheese Factory restaurant in the Dells, and there is more Restaurant Show coming up right after the break. Coming up next on the Restaurant Show, The Red Zone.
Welcome back to the Restaurant Show. We are joined now by the Red Zone, and who better to join us than familiar face Ryan. How are you?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm great, because we're going to talk about some of my favorites. The Red Zone burger is pretty fabulous. Let's first talk about the brat, however. So you do brat and fries.
We're doing a brat and fries today. It's getting close to baseball season.
Yes.
Nothing better than enjoying a baseball game. Your favorite team. We've got the TV package for all of them, so get a brat.
And you got some
fries.
TVs.
Oh yeah.
These people have some TVs if you've never been. Do you know offhand how many TVs you have?
Overall, throughout the whole building, I think we're right around 40 right now.
Yeah, I believe it. There's just a ton of TVs. Large ones, extra large ones, super large ones. That's about it, no small ones.
I'm thinking of adding more, so.
Oh my gosh, wow. Well, if you're looking to go somewhere and have some TVs, but great for sports, we'll talk about that later, but tell me about the brat.
Okay. Well, like I said, it's baseball season, spring, nothing more than, a nice brat, get you in that nice warm weather mood. Fries, just wonderful. I got to add on this one. I like to add a lot of sauerkraut myself because I think it really adds to the flavor there.
Yeah, you gotta load up a brat, and it's hefty enough. This one's big enough. You can really load some things.
Oh yeah.
Do you know how big that one is?
That is 1/3 of a pound. A lot of places go a little smaller than that. We, as you know from all our shows here,
go big or go home.
Go big or go home. We
Yeah.
want you to leave them full.
Yeah, I do. I usually do. And then the next day too with my leftovers, generally. Although these days the leftovers are getting less and less. But Okay, third pound. So that's outstanding. And what kind of brat? You guys usually have
It's
great
a Clement's brat. So the
Okay.
same thing you'd get at Miller Park or a lot of the
Oh.
other stadiums. We use that. It's just best flavor, really quality product, and I think people tend to prefer it.
You get like the stadium experience. You've got all the TVs. I'm going to
Oh,
paint
yeah.
the picture. And then you've got your big stadium brat.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. And can you get that with any other, you have other sides.
Oh, yeah.
I love
you
your
do
sides.
potato salad. That's another
Yeah.
popular one. Coleslaw, tater tots.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Last time you were here, you told me that you had sweet potato tots.
Oh,
and
yes.
since then I have tried them.
Yes.
I ordered them last time. Amazing.
They're great. The sweet potato
Super
fries
good.
as well, and then
Yeah.
pub chips, which we season with a Jamaican jerk seasoning, and have a special dip for. They're wonderful as well.
Awesome. Lots of good stuff. Lots of good stuff. Okay, so that's the brat. And then let's talk about the burger. So
Okay.
I've had the regular Red Zone burger.
Okay.
This, you're going to talk about black and blue?
A black
Is
and
that
blue
right?
burger.
Okay.
So we're starting off here. We've got lettuce and tomato underneath the bun right now with the burger. Usually when we
Oh,
cook
that's
it.
right. You do your veggies under.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you can pick it
What's
up.
their secret?
Usually when we cook it in a blackened seasoning, but because we're on TV, I wanted to show that we have that on there. So I'm
Okay.
gonna toss the blackened seasoning around there, get it nice and coated in. Adds a lot of flavor to it.
Yes.
Then next we're going to throw some blue cheese dressing, which we make in the restaurant ourselves. So
nice.
it's not a store-bought item.
In-house. Look at that falling
Oh yeah.
beautifully.
And then to top it off, some blue cheese crumbles.
Oh my God, if you're a blue cheese fan,
Oh,
which I
yeah.
am, this is like heaven.
Toss that on
I've not
there.
ordered this one yet, but I have a feeling
yeah.
this might be my
There's a
next.
lot of just different flavors in there working.
Yeah.
Toss that right there.
Gorgeous. And then, of course, comes with any kind of side like we
Oh,
just
yeah.
mentioned. So what would be the best for the black and blue burger? What do you think? I don't know. Maybe the sweet potato fries might be
They're
kind of
good.
sweet.
I like, as I said before, I like the pub chips. You get
Yeah.
that because there's a lot of strong flavors on here. With
Mm.
that jerk seasoning, you still get the flavor of that going through, rather than it being kind of
There you go.
deadened with the strong pronounced flavors of this burger.
True. Okay. And you get the crunch, and it's a little
Oh, yeah.
different. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm with you. Pub fry or pub chips. And then, so we got a 3rd-pound brat. What size burger is this?
This is an 8-ounce burger.
Okay.
So it's a good half pound. You're getting plenty of meat for your money.
Yeah. The most meat for your money. I like that. We'll make it a slogan for you.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And then, where's that burger from?
We get it from UW Provisions.
That's
so
right,
it's,
yes.
it's from
They
the
have
state.
amazing
Everything
meat.
stays in state, and
Yeah.
it just ensures great quality
Mm-hmm.
and freshness to the burger. We get it delivered numerous times throughout the week, so you always get a fresh
Yeah.
burger, and you get that really great flavor to it.
Absolutely. They have fabulous meat. So you get your stadium experience,
Mm-hmm.
then you get your UW Provision experience, which
yeah.
is outstanding. I love those folks. So this is great. This is fantastic. Can't you just picture yourself watching the game on 40 TVs throughout the place? And you guys are definitely the best place to watch games, hands down. You said you have all the...
Sports packages,
Yeah.
baseball, basketball, hockey, college, anything you want, you can come see. Soccer, everything.
Anything,
we put it up
everything.
for you. We're
Yeah.
working with you guys for NASCAR, and we're working with Andretti Motorsports for Formula One racing. So we're trying to be all across the board and appeal to a wide group of people.
I love it. I love
Yes.
it. Okay, and I'll tell you an embarrassing story. Maybe it's not that embarrassing, but I'm a gymnastics fan. I even got to watch gymnastics the
Oh
other
yeah,
day.
that was on the when you guys were in for lunch. It was
Yeah.
on the Big Ten Network, I believe, or
Sure was.
ESPNU.
Yeah,
And that was
so
on.
there literally is something for everything, even your gymnastics fans. I love it. Okay, let's talk a little bit about events too, because
Okay.
you do. I didn't actually even realize how gigantic your place was until the other day. You showed me the other side. So you do parties, you do events.
Concerts. We're happy to book for anything, any sort of group. We're doing a birthday party this next weekend. We open up that side for games and sporting events, extra seating. I think I counted today, and we've got over 250 seats in the place to watch a
Oh
game.
my gosh! Wow.
We've worked with student groups, fraternities, and sororities. We've worked with businesses, and whatever event people want to do, we can cater the building towards that event. The the secondary side of the annex, as it's known, seats or can fit 325 people.
Oh my gosh.
We have a stage there. We have
You have a whole
built-in
nother
sound,
bar.
everything you want. Yep.
The whole thing.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
really cool. And you've got seating that's great for different size groups too, because you've got some seating that can accommodate large groups. You've got some more intimate seating.
Oh yeah.
I just love it. Fantastic. Well, go try these out over at the Red Zone in downtown Madison. They are fabulous. You don't want to miss all the sports action on 40 TVs. That's a guess, but you know, somewhere in there. And stick around for more Restaurant Show. We'll be back right after this.
Coming up next on the Restaurant Show, Bacon Brittle with Gooseberry on the Square. Welcome back to the Restaurant Show. With me now is David from Gooseberry on the Square. Welcome, David.
Welcome.
Good to have you with us.
Yeah, it's nice to be here today.
Yeah, so smoked brisket sandwich is what we're making today. So walk us through this. What are the first steps here?
Well, first step, we get in the whole brisket, which comes underneath the chuck on the front of the cow, right above the shank.
I've always wondered that. That's a specific cut of meat in the brisket, okay?
It's a pretty tough piece of meat, so it's got a lot of fat in the middle of it. So we smoke it for a fair amount of time, about 4 to 5 hours in our smoker in-house.
Okay.
That lets all that fat render out, so it's nice and tender to eat. Then so that we have to do ahead of time, obviously.
Right.
Then when you order the sandwich in the restaurant, pick it up with our house-made barbecue sauce, some caramelized onions, and we just heat it up quick.
Okay.
It's a pretty fast process for us, but that smoking really makes it tender and nice to eat.
And do you get it smoked or do you smoke it there?
Nope, we smoke it in. We bring it in whole, trim it down, season it, and then we smoke it in-house, slice it, and it's ready to go.
Nice. And then how do you make the barbecue sauce for this sandwich?
The barbecue sauce, we take all the braising liquid from our braised pork belly.
Okay.
Which has got vinegar and tomato paste and vegetables all in it. We take that, we reduce that down, season it up, puree it, and then we have our barbecue sauce for our brisket. So it's definitely not a vegetarian sauce, that's for sure.
Not a vegetarian sauce, not by any means. Okay, so you said you smoke the brisket in-house, and do you smoke any other meats?
We do. We make a house-made bacon that we run in a lot of specials. We smoke turkey legs for some of our soups and other specials. And then when this is all hot, we just take it, we put it onto a brioche bun.
Okay.
And then that's it pretty much. It's pretty straightforward. It's a great flavor, but it's something quick that we pick up in the restaurant every day.
Awesome, awesome. Well, we're going to take a quick pause here and go over to Deneen, who's going to show us bacon brittle. All right, Deneen, so we're going to be making some bacon brittle.
Yeah.
I almost didn't say brittle because I'm not sure that anything needs to be added to bacon in order to make it better. But I'm willing to see what you've got here. I mean, this looks amazing. How do we do this? How do we get started?
Well, I already started it because it does take a little bit long to do from start to finish.
Sure,
so
okay.
I've added sugar, corn syrup, and water.
Okay.
We brought it up to a boil.
Okay.
You want to bring it up to a softball stage, which is about 239 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Once it's at that, you want to add the chopped up bacon.
Okay.
Lots of bacon there.
All right. So temperature is an important role, 239 degrees.
It is, yep.
Okay. And you add baking soda, I'm guessing. One of these is baking soda.
I
is that
do.
Right? What role does the baking soda play in making the brittle?
That's going to lighten it. So it's not that super huge crunch at the end. It's going to be just, it won't
Ruin your teeth. Off. Exactly.
Yeah.
You'll be able to chew it. We're stirring that in then.
We're going to continuously stir it until this reaches a hard crack stage now.
Hard
and
crack
that's
stage.
311 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, okay. All right. So we still got a little ways to go yet.
We've got a little bit.
Okay. What are some of the other things you can do with brittle? I mean, besides bacon. I mean, I think it probably doesn't get much better than that. We've heard of peanut brittle, which is pretty darn good. But what are some things that you can do with brittle?
Peanut brittle. I've also made some banana walnut brittle.
Really?
That I brought today.
Is that what this is?
It is.
I'm going to try both of these, actually, if you don't mind.
And another one that I've done is a chipotle pecan brittle. So it's got a little bit of spice to it.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I love bacon, so I kind of decided to give this a whirl.
All right, well, I'm going to try some bacon brittle here. It looks like broken stained glass. Isn't that cool? It's beautiful.
A little salty and
Bacon's
sweet.
Yeah. But not overwhelmingly so. It's just a good balance. You guys do a lot of catering. Where can we find some of your work? Where do you cater?
We do all over Madison. We're located downtown, so a lot of the businesses right downtown use us frequently. We've done caterings outskirts of Monona all the way out to Stoughton as well.
Okay.
And the west side.
Awesome. Awesome. How are we doing on temperature here?
We are almost there.
All right.
See, another minute.
It's
See it
thickening
bubbling?
up. That's really cool. That's really cool. So how often do you make this? I mean, is this a year-round thing?
Usually during the holidays. I'll make it at home once in a while if we want a sweet little treat.
Okay. And
We'll experiment.
But you sell it at the restaurant too?
We do.
Okay.
I've also incorporated it. If you chop it up really fine, you can make ice cream with it.
Oh, okay.
Incorporate it into ice cream.
Really? So bacon brittle ice cream. Can you bring some of that in next time?
Maybe next time. I'll show you how to make ice cream.
We'll bring an ice cream maker and we'll put it all in there. That'll be great.
So we are at the right temperature. So
Okay.
at this point, I'm going to take out the candy thermometer.
Okay.
And off the heat, we're going to add butter and salt.
All right. Off the heat.
That way it won't continue to cook.
Okay. Gotcha.
Stir that all in.
All the good things. Butter, sugar, bacon,
Vanilla.
vanilla.
You're going to add vanilla off the heat. Otherwise, it will, if it cooks on the heat, it'll lose a lot of the flavor.
Okay. Interesting. Good to know. And what is this this mat that you have here?
You're going to want to use, this is called a sill mat.
Okay.
It's a nonstick surface.
Okay.
If you don't have that, you can oil a table if you're working at home.
Oh, really? Okay.
And
Good to
work
know.
it from there. So once you've got the baking soda in, it's going to lighten in color. You want to make sure you stir that a lot.
Can I just like have a spoonful of that? Right now?
I would wait. This is going to be really hot.
Yeah.
And then pour it all out into the surface
Okay.
of that. Now once this is all out, you want to even it out with either a spatula, like I've got here,
Sure.
or an offset, which
Oh, okay.
we use.
How
Make sure
long does
it's
it take
nice and thin.
How long does it take to cool?
Takes a good 10 to 15 minutes, I'd say.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Once it is cool, you want to slowly lift it up and pull it.
Okay.
And that's how you're going to get these
That's how you get
thin
those.
strands. Otherwise, it'll be a big chunk.
Well, we look forward to that. I mean, let's get on down to Gooseberry today, folks, and try some of this bacon brittle. If not, then how about the barbecue brisket sandwich, the smoked brisket sandwich? Great stuff down there at Gooseberry. Deneen, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you.
Don't go away. There's more Restaurant Show coming up after the break. Thanks so much for joining me here today on the Restaurant Show. I hope that when you're out and about looking for a place to eat or at the local grocery store, you'll try any one of these fantastic locally owned businesses. That's all the time we have for today on the Restaurant Show. This is Justin Riley reminding you that life is too short to eat average. We'll see you next time.